Hello, it's Fast Charlie, and I've got one of the Wonder Twins in the vise there. It's difficulty A. B is still right here. It's pinned up by the dude, the Lockpicking Lebowski. Here is the key for B, and right here is the key for A. So they are quite different. The key for A works absolutely perfectly. And I received this lock from Trekmaster30, and unlike most of my videos, this is that involve a challenge lock. This is not going to be a video of my first successful open. Normally, I like to share my first successful open on a challenge lock. Just no specific reason, except I think it's fun to share the excitement and accomplishment. But this one I did have picked, and it's one that has given me some trouble, and I think it's mostly because I was picking it like I normally pick a Yale, which is from the bottom with a hook going up through the warding, and just couldn't finish the job doing that. So I got this hybrid from Sparrows out, and it popped right open. So I'm going to try to kind of recreate what I did after I figured out that I wasn't setting the pins with the hook. I may still have to go up from the bottom for a couple of pins, especially number 5. We will see. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of resistance going along the warding with the hybrid, so I'm going to switch picks. Just got a little click. I'm going to go up through the warding here and see what I can set. I suspect that 5 will need to be set with this hook. Number 2 is given all kinds of feedback. I hope that that is set now. And I am going to switch back to the hybrid and try to avoid oversetting anything. But try to set everything and get this thing open. I'm in a pretty good false set, really. Keep getting a little deeper. Oops. About did it. I almost overset 1, I believe. I don't think I did. we go. So not an awesome time, but a lot faster and more successful than my previous attempts, where I was constantly trying to go from the bottom, and yeah, and that was really what my main problem was. Okay, so I'm gonna get this thing gutted, try to get it gutted pretty quickly, and not lock it up. It's one of these ones that I am not real good at removing without making a mess of them. But, oops. I might have to find a replacement for this one. There we go. Gee whiz. Okay. All right. Get a shim in here. And don't get a shim without shoving the plug out. All right. I think we're good. Okay. And yeah, everything had to be picked. That they are pretty down deep in there, and there's threading on every single chamber. And we've got a serrated, and looks like a standard in 3, 4. It looks like a standard. It might have a little, maybe a tiny little bevel. I don't know. I'll have to take a look. Number 5 is really serrated. Okay. And I'm going to stick this in here. Let's see. Number 1. You've got a barrel type of, kind of like an assa. There's a spring way down there. I'll see if I can get it real quick. If not, I'll just, there we go. Got a steel spring in 1. And I'm losing that little plate cover. The rekeying plate. 2, we've got a drunken spool with a wafer. And it looks like a copper spring. Chasing the spring around. 3, whoa, we've got a flyer. Another one of these barrel type assa-like brass driver. Number 5. We've got a T-pin. Very nice looking T-pin. I can't, if these are in a steel spring, if these are not, that's a commercial spool. If these are homemade, they are fabuloso. All right, I don't see anything in the Bible here. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to get a close-up of these pins. Okay, in one, we've got this very nicely serrated pin and that barrel type serrated pin. Number two, I just can't tell if they're just slightly beveled. I don't know if that's just how they're made or if there was some modification done to them. So that's for 2, 3, and 4's key pins. And then a drunken spool with a wafer there to make it a drunken spool, and a copper spring. Number 3 is another one of those barrels. And number 4 looks like a commercial. That looks like a commercial spool. And number 5 is a T-pin, and that is so clean. It looks like it's machined. So I assume that it's commercial. So we've got steel, copper, steel, copper, steel, and yeah, that was a fun lock. It did take a little bit of time to figure out how to pick it, but once I did, it went fairly quickly. It would have been nice to get an even quicker time, but since it wasn't my first time picking it, but it was fun. But thank you, the dude, Lockpicking Lebowski, for sending this out to the community. And thank you, Trekmaster30, for sending it to me. That's pretty cool how they sit so low. They interact with that. Yeah, those pins really work well. So, again, thank you, Trekmaster30, and the dude. And I will be going on to B, and I intend to share my first successful open on this one. So, thanks, everybody. Be good and be well.